guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Patara with you. I'm down in the, mini barn, extra shed, whatever you want to call it. And I'm getting a lot of response to some videos lately. There are a lot of new subscribers out there. So I like to keep moments real because I have concerns about a lot of you all out there. And yes, if I look tired, guys, I'm tired. I am tired. It's been a long day. It's been a good day, but it's a long day. And I haven't even cooked dinner. It's 6:45. The days are getting longer, but I got to cook dinner. So my husband's building a fire. Got children practicing some music. Doing a little bit of homework. We ran some errands today. We've got some videos coming up showing you our new nesting boxes. My husband loves these new nesting boxes that we got, so he went and we got loaded them up. So long story short, I'm trying to close down the barn. Yesterday was 77 degrees. We're already about 37 and we're going to get down to about 25 or below tonight. Pretty cold. So there's videos coming up talking about, things that we do with that. Spring's on the way, why my broodies are being put inside the house, different things like that. But I want to talk to you about, we really don't understand how good we have it and how hard our mammals had it. Great-grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers. A lot of folks ask me why we do what we do. Why did we move? Why do we homestead? Why are we trying to do all of these things? And I want to talk to you about that. I kind of try to touch upon those things in different videos in different ways. And there's my finger. But I really have some concerns because, there's a lot of misconceptions about this lifestyle. There's a lot of folks that don't want to get into a lot of minutia details of this lifestyle. There's a lot of folks that like to fancify things that really, I think, lead people into a false impression of what all is involved. So if you've watched a lot of my videos about reality and what's being realistic and all of these things, you're going to know real quick that I'm not real good with sugarcoating. And the reason being is because, again, when you see me down at the Walmart and I look like this and I don't look real cute, it's because this is what I look like on most days. So here's the deal. Why do we do this lifestyle? Why are we in this lifestyle? I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm not Negative Nelly. The reason we jumped into this lifestyle is because I don't know what comes down the pike. I don't know what happens in our future. I think a lot of folks that make predictions about things and in the past 5 to 10 years, things that have been said that will happen or be predicted to happen, of course, we all look for a very short timeline, haven't happened. But I do know that as a student of somewhat of history, I do know that history repeats itself. When and where and how, I'm not sure. But this is what I realized and why we do what we do. And it's for my kids and it's for my grandkids. I don't hold a lot of stock and value in a lot of what we call modern advances. Now, that doesn't mean I don't believe in them, and I don't think they have a mission and have positive effects on what we do. But what I'm saying is, when you live somewhere where you can't grow a tomato plant, and you can't house 4 chickens, and you can't teach your children the values of these basic things and fundamental things, most people don't know these things, and most people don't understand them. Now, you folks that are watching this video do. You wouldn't be watching if you didn't care about homesteading. You wouldn't be watching if you weren't already doing it, making some lifestyle changes, or interested in it. So let's be honest here, okay? Let's be honest. Most people that are sitting around watching the Kardashians on the E-Network right now are probably not searching out homesteading videos on YouTube. It's not a knock, it's just a fact. If you go to Walmart, if you go to Knoxville, if you go to the mall, if you go shopping in Atlanta, if you cruise up and down the road, heck, if you even just drive off this mountain and go down the road 10 miles. Even though these folks live in a rural community, I don't believe a lot of them understand. They understand better, but they don't understand the full ramifications of them not having a form of self-reliance. I'm not sure they get that the Piggly Wiggly may not always be open. I realized that one day, and I wasn't so concerned with me and my husband or as an adult, okay? I mean, really, being a parent and having children And as they get older and the realization of, okay, they're not always going to be little babies all the time. They're also going to grow up and have children. I could be a grandmother. You know, my goodness, if my oldest child gets married and does what I do, I could be a grandmother in less than 8 years. It's a young mama, isn't it? But that's just the point that it is. I think a lot of things could happen. I think a lot of things could change in the next 5 to 10 years. Of course, I believe that all along, too. So, am I a doomsdayer? Am I a nayer? Am I trying to scare you? No. But there's a lot of things that come with this lifestyle. I read an article, I have it posted on my private Facebook page. I need to share it to my homesteading group, about comparing. There's a lot of things we don't talk about. It's about comparing the lifestyle of today. Let's say we had a Great Depression today. Do you really think that the Great Depression, if we had one, let's say we had something happen, an economic collapse of some sort, a Great Depression. It seemed kind of real that something like that could happen in 2008, 2010, 2000. I mean, I think a lot of us felt that, and still we really do. Okay, I don't believe we're in this massive recovery like they say we are. Sorry. I fell off a turnip truck, but it wasn't last night. But the article talks about if we fell into a Great Depression comparable to what happened in 1929, because that's what we all talk about, isn't it? Oh, the Great Depression. Oh, the recipes of Great Depression. Oh, how they got through the Great Depression. Oh, the Dust Bowl. Oh, my mama. Oh, whatever. My mama. Oh, we all do that. But I'm going to tell you what, if you think that this day and age would be near as civil and near as self-reliant as the folks were almost 100 years ago, you need to do some soul searching. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean I have the answers, and that thinks, we think we're going to make it up here and all of these different things. But what I am telling you is, compare how many people there were in population in the United States compared to now 100 years, basically, 90 years ago to now. Do the math. How many people lived on a farm? And even if they didn't necessarily live on a farm at that time, I bet you they grew up on one. Okay, that could butcher a chicken and understood how to raise hens and broody hens and kept a pig every year. Or, a lot of folks during the Great Depression, especially in Appalachia, they didn't even know we were in a Great Depression really for a long time. Communication was slow. A lot of folks were more on the illiterate side of life, meaning, they didn't keep up with the newspaper and read and do all the, that's all they had left, right? That's all they had. So it took a long time for them really to feel it and to understand it, okay? Whereas now we're instant age, instant in the know, instant gratification. Can you imagine the chaos? You've heard this before. But I'm not sure a lot of people really deep think that. And with that being said, can you do half of what the folks could do 75 to 100 years ago? I mean, don't tell me. Answer that for yourself. So simply when I stepped out on my porch that day and I looked around and I had a beautiful yard and lush grass and beautiful crepe myrtles, but was I growing food? No. I was growing beautiful flowers. Could I work in a form of self-defense or multiple forms of self-defense? Not really. Could I raise chickens or any type of animals besides a dog and a cat? No. I lived in an area that was difficult to do that. So we set out on our own path and took it on because I did not want my children. I don't feel that it's anyone's responsibility to raise or to educate or to feed my children but me. Now, that's not a political speech or rant for or against anything, but what I'm saying is I realized if I wanted my kids to have any form of skill sets, that was based on me and not based upon putting them on a school bus and sending them off 9 hours a day and praying they were getting the life skills that they needed to survive, because frankly, I don't believe anybody believes that. Do you? No. It's not speaking against public school, and it's not speaking against school teachers or anything like that. But what I'm saying is the life skills that they need, in my personal opinion, are probably not being provided in the public school system. They're getting the basics on a formal education, yes, but are they learning a lot of life skills? That's where you come in. That's where I come in. So that's where this started for us. It's grown into a larger scale farm, and we continue to grow and try to get better. And, now we're here with you. I didn't start a YouTube channel until 2 years ago. I had 100,000 subscribers. Excuse me, I wish. Holy cow! I had 100,000 views before I ever even knew what monetization was. Didn't know. I didn't know how to connect it. Okay, and things are constantly changing. So I encourage you folks, if you're feeling, a lot of folks question, why did you do this? Why should I do this? I want to do this, but I think it's a calling back to your roots, calling back to self-reliance. And to know that if all else fails, you did the best that you could with what you have in order to not only improve your self-reliance and self-sustainability, but for your kids and your grandkids. Because you know what? We all might live to be very old and gray and nothing ever really happened. But I will contend that something at some point will happen. And it might not be when you're around, it might be with your children or your grandchildren. And it gives me incredible self-satisfaction to know that I have a place that my children, if all else fails, can self-sustain and help others and have learned along the way. And for now, if we are helping you guys with self-reliance and skills and doing things that help improve you, your health, your stress level, we live in a high stress society right now, guys. I'm away from a lot of it. And I can tell you that when I just drive off the mountain and go to a small town, after I, grab some baby chicks and something at the co-op, and we might head into a store or whatever, it doesn't take me very long to get very anxious to get back to my mountain. And because when you get away from it, when you pull away from it, that's when you realize how much of an impact it makes on your life, your quality of life, your health, your relationships, and all of that. So it's going to be a busy spring. We appreciate you watching. I hope this helps you out. I know you always see me so pretty, don't you? But it was funny because in the past 2 weeks, we have met 4 separate people that watch us here and follow us here. Don't know you from Adam. I've seen you on comments, and you come up and you're just so excited to come to a face-to-face type moment. It's wonderful to meet you and stuff. And so it's nice to know that somewhere we're making a little bit of an impact, and that's what matters. So we hope to see you on May 6th at the Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference. We want to teach you skill sets, okay? Real skills. We want folks that are raising the pigs and teaching you about that. We want the milkmaids that are milking the goats and the cows, and they're rescuing the animals and giving you the realities of that, talking to you. We want the folks that are running major forums with livestock guardian dogs to tell you what you should and should not do with that. Okay? We all know that could be a life or death situation for people, your children, your chickens, to tell you what dogs are appropriate and which ones are livestock guardian dogs and which ones are not, and most of them are not. We want to just put you in line with basic skills of having a nice garden and seed saving and just all the basic things that honestly and truly pulled your great-great-grandmother through that Great Depression. We'll talk to you soon. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. I've got sirloin steaks for my steer that I've thawed out for 2 days. And some of them, I'm not kidding, are twice the size of a dinner plate, I think. So I'm going to go bake those up with some mashed potatoes. And we're going to enjoy a movie and relax tonight. We love you. We'll talk to you soon. 12-inch cast iron skillet. 12-inch carbon steel Lodge skillet, your 10.5-inch all Lodge, and this is what we're cooking for dinner tonight. What you doing?